Hello there. Thanks so much for joining me today. My name is Stephanie, and I will be your yoga teacher for today. Today is day number 11. We're going to be feeling all into our spines, everyone's second favorite. Go ahead and meet me on your mat. We're going to start in a nice, easy standing position, mountain pose, aka Tadasana. You want your feet to be about hip width apart, pointed forward. Slight bend in those knees. We got a neutral tilt of the pelvis. I'm going to turn to the side. We're not letting it fall forward. And we're also not bending backwards. We are neutral in our pelvis. Okay. And roll those shoulder blades back. Palms of the hands face forward and close those eyes down. Crown of the head is actively reaching towards the ceiling or the sky. You can go ahead and put that beautiful smile on your face. Maybe give yourself a pat on the back for showing up today. Begin to notice how you feel here. Starting in a more active position versus Shavasana. How does this mentally affect you? Bringing the awareness to our current moment, our breath, our bodies. Watching the thoughts come and watching them go. Being the observer. Being okay with stillness. Knowing the stillness is doing just as much good as the movement. Go ahead and butterfly those eyes open if you had them closed. Inhale, arms up overhead. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and pull up and slight bend. Getting the bend all down that right side body here. Gaze is up towards that sky or the ceiling. Inhale, back to center. Grab the left wrist with the right hand, pull up and over towards the right. Stretching all down the left side body now. Inhale, back to center. Open up to the right. A little gentle twisting action. Gaze can go towards the back and towards the right hand. And inhale back to center and open up towards the left. Gaze goes towards that left hand now. Trying to keep the hips turned towards the front of the mat. Getting this nice twist in the spine. And inhale, back to center, arms up. And let's go and come into our forward fold here. First forward fold of the day. Let's go ahead and interlace opposite elbows and just sway here. Gently left to right. Allowing that spine to hang down heavy. Big, big bend in the knees. Inhale. Come up to our halfway lift. Weight is in the toes, not in the heels. Spine is nice and long. And exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up. Arms go up overhead. And let's slice it back down, coming back into our forward fold. You can find stillness here, or you can sway again, whichever feels best for you. Allowing the spinal column to get some space in it. We crunch it all day, and this allows us to give our spines a little loving break. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. The neck is an extension of the spine too. And exhale, fold. Root to rise, arms all the way up overhead. And exhaling down through heart center. Beautiful. I'm going to come to the top of my mat. All right, let's do a sun A. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Half lift. Plant those hands. Step the right foot back, followed by the left in our plank position here. Lower down the knees, the chest and the chin. Roll through to cobra. And push back and meet me in a downward facing dog. Beautiful. Pressing equally through both of those hands. Nice bend in the knees. Go ahead and give your dog a nice little walk here. Stretching all through them hamstrings. And on your next inhale, go ahead and roll forward. And we're going to come all the way down to our bellies. And then go ahead and come up on your forearms for Sphinx here. So, elbows are under our shoulders. Our hands and fingers are spread wide, gripping the mat. Chest is lifted here. Gaze is forward. Take a nice couple deep breaths here. This is so good for our lower backs. This is an excellent position to watch TV in. We just have to make sure that we are lifting, not collapsing, because that's what will happen. If we stay in this position for a long time, we start to realize this is a very active position, and we slowly kind of sink into it. And we call that dumping. We never want to dump into our joints and tendons. We want to use our muscles to keep us held up. Let's go ahead and take some neck rolls here. Right ear, right shoulder. Roll down through the middle, chin to chest. Left ear, left shoulder. Back down to middle, chin to chest. And roll over right ear, right shoulder. And roll down through the middle. And back over left ear, left shoulder. Go ahead and look up. Chest is really lifted and open here. And release. Very nice. So now we're going to come into our lotus. So we're going to do it 3 times. The first time, we're just going to lift our arms. The second time, we're just going to lift our legs. And the third time, we're going to try to lift them all together. So let's try our arms first. So take those arms out long in front of you and Whenever I say lift, we're just going to lift. And I'll let you know 3, 2, 1 when we're ready to come down. Okay, so go ahead and on your next inhale, go ahead and lift up. Breathe. We're not holding or clenching here. It's almost like we're grabbing for something in front of us. 3, 2, 1. Release. Very nice. Rock those hips. All right, let's try for the bottom half. So arms out long. Okay, and allow your next inhale to lift your legs up off the ground. Hold. We're clenching. We are breathing here. Active. And 3, 2, 1. Release. Very nice. So now we're going to try full lotus. So that means our arms and our legs are going to all come off. Okay, so on your next inhale, allow yourself to rise. Now holding or clenching here, we are still breathing. We're still smiling too. We are happy yogis. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Very good job. Go ahead and put those hands down, tuck those toes, and meet me in a downward facing dog. Whew. Lotus is not my favorite position. However, it is so good for our backs. We can't not do that at least once a month. I would suggest doing it like every other week, but I try to do it at least once a month. Beautiful. Go ahead and roll forward into plank. And step the right foot up, followed by the left. We are back in our forward fold here, allowing our spine to have a nice little break. You can find the stillness, or you can sway. You could also interlace your hands behind your back, allowing your shoulders to drop forward, if that feels good for you. Finding what feels good here. What is it, kid? And allow your next inhale to bring you up to our halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms all the way up overhead. And exhale them down through heart and center. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Plant those hands. Step the right foot back, followed by the left. We are in our plank position here. Just holding, saying hey to Alice. Yeah, pretty kitty. And push back. Downward facing dog. Go ahead and sweep that right leg up. 3-leg dog. You can bend that knee and take some circles here. If you go one way, make sure you reverse it and go the other way. And step it through in between the hands. And we're going to pivot on that left foot. We're going to come into our warrior 2. So allow your next inhale to rise you up. And come into your most beautiful warrior 2. Arms are parallel to the mat. You can see that right big toe, that right ankle is not over that right knee. Feet are pulling in together. Thighs are engaged. Our glutes are engaged here. Warrior 2. Go ahead and flip the palm on the right hand towards the sky and drop the left hand down. Sweep that right arm up. Coming into our exalted warrior here. Chest is lifted towards the ceiling, so is our gaze. We are smiling here. And breathing, no holding, nor clenching. And exhale, windmill those arms over. Frame that right foot, step it back into downward facing dog. Very nice. Go and roll forward into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Push up, upward facing dog. And me back in a downward facing dog. Go ahead and sweep that left leg up, 3-leg dog. And go ahead and take those hip circles. Make sure you go about 3 one way. And then reverse that circle and take it the other way. Actively pushing through both of the shoulders. And on your next inhale, go ahead and step it through. Pivot on that right foot. And allow your next inhale to rise you up. Warrior 2 on our left side. So same things here. We can see that front left toe. Feet are actively pulling in towards each other. It's where the engagement in the legs come from. We are smiling. We are happy warrior 2 yogis right here. And go ahead and flip the palm on the left hand and drop that right hand down and sweep the left hand up over. Exalted warrior. Gazes towards the ceiling. We're not dumping into this right hand. We can move it. It just helps us stay more aligned. Beautiful. Windmill those arms. Frame that foot. Step back, downward facing dog. And we're going to roll forward into plank. And lower down chaturanga. Push up into our upward facing dog. And meet back, downward facing dog. Very nice. Go ahead and walk those hands back to those feet. Take you a nice little ragdoll here. And then we'll slowly begin to rise up, all the way up to standing. Okay, we're going to do tree on both sides. So we're going to go right leg first. So make sure that left foot is firmly planted into the ground. And let's start picking up the right foot. There's 3 options in my opinion for tree. We can be here, tree, okay. We can also be here on our calf, or we can be here on our thigh. We don't ever want to press against the knee joints because y'all know me, I don't want a bad knee. And pressing the knee joint that way is never, ever acceptable. So either bring it up or put it on the calf or at the ankle. So go ahead and come into your tree pose. Hands can be at heart center. Once you gain your footing in that left foot, you can grow your roots. Okay. Find a gazing point, aka a drishti in front of you, somewhere you can focus on to maintain the balance. And breathe. It's always fun also to play with shutting down the eyes. And it's okay if we fall. Part of being a yogi is being humble. Okay, we get down and we get back up and we try again. It's not a big deal. We don't see it as a fail. We see it as a, oops, fell out, let's fall back in, right? We don't fail. We can fall, But we don't fail because we are not failing ourselves. We are being our own heroes. We are showing up and we are loving ourselves. Okay, go ahead and release that leg and shake it out. All right, let's come to the other side. Firmly root down to that right foot. Find that ground there. And then find where you want to put your foot on this left side. So it's the same things. You have your ankle, your calf, or your thigh. No knee, okay? Don't put your foot at your knee pressing that way. It's not healthy. Okay, so this is what it would look like on the calf. Okay, and this is however high you can get it on the thigh. I always love to start with my hands at heart center. I feel like it just gives me a little better ground and center. Okay, and then once you find them, grow those branches of your tree out. Find that gazing point, focus on it. My camera is what I'm obviously gazing at right into the lens. It's beneficial, right? I'm looking at you. And then I'm keeping my gaze in one point. Just breathing. We are beautiful yogi trees right now. Peaceful, grounded, and they sway and flow with the wind. Go ahead and release. Shake it. And we're going to come back down to our mats, and we're going to come on down to our backs. So, of course, we got to have some play here so you can rock and roll. Give your massage a nice little spine here. Give your spine a nice little massage. I know I said that all kinds of wrong. And I know you still love me. Okay, then go ahead and rock back, and you can hug those knees in. And go ahead and drop the left leg down, hugging that right knee in. We're coming into our supine twist. So go ahead and take that right knee all the way across the left side body. Right arm goes out long towards the right, and your gaze goes towards your right hand, keeping both shoulders on the ground. And go ahead and close down the eyes here. Start to allow your breath to come back to its natural ebb and flow. And on your next inhale, go ahead and come back to center, hugging both those knees. And letting that right foot drop down and pulling that left knee across the body. Gaze goes towards that left hand. Both shoulders are on the ground. And go ahead and allow yourself to come back to center. Hugging both those knees in. Now we're going to come into happy baby. So go ahead and grab either your calves to pull down. You can grab by your ankle, behind your thighs here. We are pulling our knees into our armpits, just the general direction that they are going. I'm going to close the eyes down here. Very, very playful pose. We're going to find the stillness here. Nice. Go ahead and release those legs. So I'm going to bring my feet to touch. And I'm going to come on down. And my legs are in our cobbler position here. We're coming into Shavasana. So if you want to take a heart-opening Shavasana, you can put the block under your back, or you could choose cobbler like me, or you can choose regular Shavasana, whichever one you wish to go into. Go ahead and get there. Absorbing all of that energy that we just worked up. Sending loving thoughts to ourselves and to our bodies. We just got through day 11. Way to go. You are amazing to me. As always, I do challenge you to stay here as long as you'd like. I'm gonna love you and leave you here today. I hope that this practice has left you feeling wonderful. I look forward to seeing you back on the mat tomorrow. Namaste.